Hey, what's up guys? I've been pushing up to the top of Clash Royale this season, and right now I'm top 200 in the world. Today we're going to be breaking down some of the best decks that I used on my journey to push all the way up, and the formidable decks that I faced that professional players were using. Which you already know I had to copy and play so I could get a bit better at the game and learn from the best. So as a current top 200 player, it's time to show some of my favorite decks in the game. If you want to see more gameplay on any of the decks that I played today, check out the pinned comment for full-length videos. And a massive shout out to everyone that's using creator code SIRTAG making this channel possible. Alright, we got a game against someone with a wizard in the banner. So our strategy right now is to wait for our opponent to overcommit into our Mega Knight. I feel like a superbly sinister Sir with this deck. When you look at your opponent and you realize that most people are not expecting Mega Knight because everyone's running Giant, it's a really cool surprise when you create a demise by jumping on their face with a card that they're not prepared for. So I'm going to go in for a Ram Rider here, and I could pop the Little Prince ability just to go and tank for the Ram Rider a little bit longer if possible. Oh my gosh! Yo, this guy was playing with fire and he got fried. Oh, this is even better. This is just delicious and devious. We are going to annihilate the Valkyrie and also cannibalize every little skeleton. Because, you know, we're skeletons as well. We're all skeletons one day. Oh, maybe that was just like a prediction of being able to do that. Oh, man. Anyway, we walk away with the W with the prediction there, and then predicting that we're going to be all skeletons. So, a weird prophecy, but it will ring true. And there's not much that this guy can do because he's going to get turned into a skeleton prematurely. Oh, and you know what? He cycles the Electro Wizard on the other side. There's no way he's going to keep this Giant alive. What the heck? Yo, you are actually gonna get 3-crowned and you're running Giant Graveyard. Yo, if we could hit a zap on top of the skeleton army, the skeleton army would have no breaks today. For real, it's getting wrecked. Imagine getting destroyed by a Little Prince ability and immediately getting destroyed by the zap right after. My man is getting erased from existence. This game wasn't even close to being close, which is exactly what we love to see whenever we match against Giant Graveyard. 3-crowning the toxic deck to make sure less players play it. We're ready for redemption with the second best deck in the game. This deck has cannonballed its way to the top, mercilessly slaughtering everyone. So if I lose with this deck, I am an epitome of a failure. The guy's gonna have a lot of cycle cards, so he might be running an Expo deck, which we were playing earlier. And that would be so funny because, you know, it goes in sequential order. I guess Royal Giant just wrecks Expo, so if you are actually playing Expo, it'd be hilarious to me, man. There's no way. I could pop the Monk ability, even though we're not going to be able to reflect back the Tesla. It is going to be ideal because we should be able to block all the Dagger Duchess damage and also the Little Prince too, possibly. Wait, if I Fireball, Little Prince is dead. He has barely anything to counter this Royal Giant now. Did he just lose the game? Is this game already won? There's no way. He's going to reset it with an Electro Spirit, but he still took so much damage. All right, so there's two possibilities. Dagger Duchess fast cycle cards means either a aggressive Goblin Drill deck or it's going to be an Expo deck. After we see Electro Spirit, he probably doesn't care about the King Tower activation, so I would err on the side of caution and say it's going to be Expo. I'm going to go for an Evolved Royal Giant here, and then I'm also going to plop down a Bomber. Hopefully we can splash onto a Tesla here. And then the other cool thing that we have available is being able to Fireball on top of his tower, but I'm not going to do that because there's a high likelihood that he decides to go for an Expo. We're going to make a prediction and go for the Monk and try to hit an Expo. If not, we're going to wait for the Little Prince to like ramp up its attack speed, and then we're going to be able to reflect back the Little Prince damage and also the Monk damage, and we're able to go for a Barbell in the Expo. Every single interaction is going our way. You'll love to see it, baby. Even if you lock into my tower like that, I'm still in a pretty good spot because I know guaranteed that you're not going to take out our tower with an Expo, and we can go in for another Royal Giant and apply more pressure. The cool thing about Royal Giant in the later stages of the match is you can cycle one in the back when they cycle the Expo, and then cycle a Monk to go and counter the Expo on the other side. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. I'm going to go in for the Fisherman, it's going to die, and I can get back to a Monk here. So it'll be pretty funny because he is going to probably log on the Fisherman to kill a little bit faster, and even if he doesn't, I'm still in a pretty good spot. So to pop the Monk ability, I can wait for this to go and target on top of a Royal Giant, and then I can go in for a Bomber to splash onto all this stuff. So I don't think he's going to have a great time here because the Bomber should be able to kill the Little Prince with that amazing positioning for us. Also, we can plop down a Royal Giant in his face. I feel like, you know, what comes around goes around. When we play Expo and we get hard countered by someone running a freaking Earthquake deck, now he gets countered, but I don't think he's going to be able to outplay it. All right, we can go in for a fisherman here, and then we can go for a bar barrel. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to go for a royal giant because I'm pretty confident in our capabilities of being able to defend this. We're going to fireball here. We're going to pop the little prince ability. Or not little prince ability. We're going to pop the monk ability. He's probably going to pop a little prince ability if I had to guess. Yeah, there it is. And we're able to bar barrel an electric spirit and hopefully reset the guardian so it doesn't take out our tower. I'm also going to go for a fisherman here to stop the damage. And then I'm pretty confident in our capabilities of going in for a bomber rail giant push. That should win us the game. Or we just fireball on top of the little prince. Because there's no way that he's going to be able to break through this. If I go for an electric spirit and then I get a monk down, we should be able to counter the expo pretty effectively. Gonna pop the ability there. Wow, he's spending so much elixir. I bet you he defends this expo with his life. So we're gonna try to go for a bar barrel prediction on something. If we can hit anything, that'd be awesome. Oh, what if we evolve bomber on an electric spirit? I haven't done this in a while. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. What if we rail giant on the other side to tank for the expo? Not even to deal damage, just to tank for the expo, and we wait for the bar barrel to do the bidding. Then we can go for the bomber. I think the rail giant takes the tower, right? Seriously? Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cycle another fireball on you. How dare, sir? How dare? Anyway, we do walk with the win. As you guys can see, this deck is super, super strong. Into expo decks, it's not even that much of a challenge. I did mess up. I kind of let the expo lock on my tower at the end, kind of as a memer, but, you know, still a solid W. Time to terminate this guy's towers. He also loves Hog Rider, so I would love to play against that card. Usually Hog Rider is incredibly weak in the meta just because it dies to the Dagger Duchess so quickly. It's needing to have cards that either have enough health points or has the capability of immediately getting on the tower to get value into the Dagger Duchess. We're definitely going to go pop the ability so that the Firecracker gets blasted in the face, and that's a lot of damage. Despite him activating King Tower, I think it's okay for us because we have Mortar. It's interesting that this guy says well played because he's got the King Tower activation, but does he realize the gravity of the situation? Even if we have Graveyard, it doesn't matter that much to me. He is so ridiculously bad manners saying well played when he feels like he's won the game with the Royal Recruits and the King Tower activation into a Graveyard deck, but I don't care.
Didn't your mother teach you manners?
That's the beautiful thing about this deck. We're going to go in for our guards here, and then we should be able to tornado. If you guys are unaware, the good thing about using the mortar in that placement is it pulls the spear goblins and also all of his cards right to the middle. We're Ice Spirit here as well, and I do think we're going to take some damage from one of the wall breakers. Oh, we take damage from both. This guy is just so mean. He's just saying well played every single second he gets damage. Honestly, I would love to beat this guy. He's even calling good game early, saying that he's won. So if we can play this correctly and beat him, this would be a phenomenal feeling. I'm going to mute him up first because that's what he deserves. He doesn't deserve any more time in our brain. We're going to be cycling our monk in the back, and then we'll see if we can go in for maybe a wizard here to finish off the Firecracker. The good thing about this is it 2-taps the Firecracker, so that thing is not staying alive. And we can click the monk ability as soon as it gets near the river. And that's going to be our best bet of getting damage. It gives us 500 damage every time, so might as well do that, protect our wizard, and accomplish the impossible of getting damage through a King Tower activation. That's what the monk does so ridiculously well. So we're going to pop the Ice Spirit here if we need to, which I think we do. Skeleton Barrel will end up dying quite quickly here, and then the Dagger Duchess is going to give us value on both sides. So it's important that I go for guards, otherwise we are guaranteed to take damage. Fortunately with guards, we aren't going to take that much here. Oh wow, we just still take one to the face. Not that bad. We're still vibing, still having a good time, and if this guy wants to go in for a Mighty Miner in the back, probably in our best interest to go in for a monk in the same side. So if we drop that monk, I will be able to kill the Mighty Miner, and then I also, on top of that, am able to go for Wizard here. So I definitely want to go in for a Mortar to counter the Skeleton Barrel and pull everything, and then also redirect the Firecracker. We know that we're able to knock most of his stuff back, and we're going to take a Poison here to finish off the Firecracker and do some nice damage to the tower. Then I'm going to go for Guards Ice Spirit. We go for Guards first so he doesn't get any chip damage on top of the Ice Spirit, because the Ice Spirit might have just died. And we're not going to do anything besides going and cycling our Wizards. We cycle Wizard in the middle. It solves the situation where our opponent can spam into us. And it's not going to work out so well because obviously Wizard's got a pretty thick shield. So we're going to shield our eyes from this guy's constant emote spam, and we're also shielding our towers here. The guards are going to enable us to force out even more elixir, probably in the form of a Royal Recruits push soon. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, we can go for a monk here, and I could graveyard, but it's just bad to cycle a graveyard when you're not able to get the monk to cross the river. The monk crossing the river is going to be our main source of damage if we can accomplish that. So actually, let's do this. Go guards, and let's go Ice Spirit, pop the monk ability when we can. We weren't able to do that, but it's still fine. We're going to go in for a mortar to go and pull back the skeleton barrel and then force out some extra elixir from our dude. We could tornado or we could go in for a wizard. I think wizard evolution is definitely a bit better here. And I think we're still in a pretty advantageous position. Even though he did end up activating King Tower, it's not a guaranteed defense for us, but it should be pretty solid. I'm going to go for the monk here, pull back all of his stuff again, maybe take the targeting from the firecracker, and that's ideal. So then we can go for an ice spear or tornado on defense here. I think it's better for us to go ice spear and then go for a ability here because we're guaranteed to get damage. It's another 500, so that's phenomenal. Or I guess 300 or 400 there, not 500, but still pretty good position for us. Now we can go for another wizard, and then as you can see, even if you activate King Tower with Graveyard, it's not that bad for this deck. You just have to learn how to play it correctly and not overcommit. If you don't overcommit, that's all you need to win this game. We're going to pop our monk abilities soon if he decides to go for a firecracker in the river. Otherwise, we're just chilling. We're cycling more wizards. And then I think we can magically come away with a pretty good situation where these goblins and spear goblins are not doing that much damage to our tower. I want to go in for a graveyard here, even though we don't have a tank crossing the river. I think it's advantageous for us to force out the recruits. And then we can poison on top of everything, go for a monk in the middle so that we can pull his recruits, get him to go goblin gang on defense. And I wonder if this guy's having a good time. It doesn't seem like it right now. Forgive me. He could go for a firecracker, and that's exactly what we anticipated. So I'm going to just try to go for more poisons on his tower. I think that's going to be our best way to win. As long as the mortar enables us to defend, then we're going to win the game. For a tornado here, I'm going to go for the poison to get maximum damage. And now, guys, this is where we win the match. We're going to unmute the emotes and see how angry he gets because he lost. He's probably not very happy. We're going to spam the 20-win emote because he's not a nice guy. We're in a super skillless deck. And we'll just say well played to him and good game, letting him know that, you know, he predicted the future of us winning. Hey, what's up, Tony? You got a witch in the banner, and we're ready to flame that witch real fast. So, you already know, we're going to leave him with a fiery blast with our wizard, first play in the back. Sprinting towards the evolution is kind of cringe, but it is the way that you're supposed to play Clash. Being able to just play stupidly and spamming evolutions will guarantee you the good trades to make sure that you win more matches. Our strat here kind of hinges on us spamming the wizard first play and kind of defending with either a phoenix or a fireball if our opponent's going to go drop anti-air cards on the other side. You know what? I don't really want to draw my royal giant yet because I still don't know what he's going to have. Our electric spirit could chain onto the bats though, and also bank on killing the bowler here with the tower. So overall, not bad. Yo, guy's got witch and he's got bowler, so we know what it is. Gonna be giant graveyard 1,000,000,000%. So if we're playing against a graveyard deck, it's ideal for us to save the electric spirit for that. But since we aren't able to, I think I'm kind of forced to play a little bit more defensively with our royal ghost and electric spirit now, cycling back to it. So I sprinted towards the evolution wizard and also the electric spirit as fast as I could because I needed splash damage. And without splash damage, you're just going to lose to graveyard. The electric spirit and bard bro are going to be your best ways of completely cleaning up the graveyard skeletons. And wow, look at this counter push that we have. We've depleted all of the daggers from the Duchess, and now he's taking a dagger in the heart. So yeah, this guy is already dead. As you can see, giant graveyard is kind of a skillless strategy in the game. A lot of times they'll go all in immediately, and because you're only spending a 1 elixir card to clean up the skeletons and you'll eat a little bit of damage, all of the remaining units that are counter pushing, your opponent probably won't have enough elixir to deal with that because they're dropping giant plus graveyard, which is 10 elixir. So if you're only spending 1 on defense and all of the other cards are surviving, they're dead because they're literally down 9 elixir there. Staying true to the religion of never defending, this guy got 3 crowned going all in on offense. Yo, royal finesse. All right. So we got the royalty out here. Hopefully we can add some finesse into the mix. Our deck is pretty low skill, so I don't really want to promise anything here, but we'll see what we can deliver. I'm going to go in for a Dark Goblin, and I also really want to go in the opposite lane here and then go and kite whatever he drops directly into the Dark Goblin. So we can feast directly on that Electric Spear with no damage dealt. Man is going to go in for an aggressive log.
Here goes.
I think that's great for us because I can go in for a princess on top of his princess. His Electric Spirit dies, and then I can go for a Goblin Barrel after he pops the ability. Oh, wait. He's going to lose the little thing too. Oh, he didn't. Wait, it still dies. It still dies. It still dies. I trust. Come on, princess. Target the thing. Okay, I guess princess doesn't really do anything. He just gets the help from the Dagger Duchess. And he's going to log again soon. Any second, he's going to log. He doesn't know that we have Goblin Barrel. He's got log back in cycle. So I think we log on the knight to kill it. Otherwise, our princess dies and we can't have that happen. and we force out another little prince. So in this situation, I think it's better to do... No, it's not. It's definitely not. We're going to let this lock. Then we go in for a Dark Goblin afterward, and this is the best possible play. Because we still have everything alive, and we can go for wall breakers and force out a log from our opponent. He has to log this. There's no way he doesn't. He missed one of the wall breakers! Oh, he's going to have both those explode on him now. Not the finesse he was looking for. And that's what this deck does beautifully. It scrambles the opponent, so then they do the worst possible play. All right, so, because he doesn't have login cycle, we can go for a princess, immediately get him to go and drop something, then we'll go rascals. Saw how he wanted for a knight there? Now he has to drop an extra elixir. We can log on his princess and hopefully hit the skeletons too. No, those oh, please skeletons, stop multiplying. Don't do it, don't do it. All right, we're chilling, we're chilling. We're vibing, we're so chill right now. Oh, wow. Dark Goblin is like on top of the Dagger Duchess as well. Like they're working as a team. We machine gun moded that thing down. That's insane. All right, that was pretty cool, not gonna lie. I'm gonna try to go in for rascals and try to do like dueling pressure possibly and split them up, like split everything up in the middle maybe. I think that's our best bet. Best bet is what I said. I guess the bait has been infecting my brain cells. All right, we can maybe go in for a play with Evolve Wall Breakers here and then go in for a log to prioritize our defense against Little Prince. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious that our princess is still alive. I really wanted to target the tower here, but it's going to die to an Electric Spirit, there's no doubt. So we're going to go for a Dark Goblin, Goblin Barrel, so we can get to a 3-card evolution, please. One more. Just one more card before we get to the evolution. Princess on the left side to add a little bit of annoyance to his mix. And then mess him up with a log on top of the princess and also hit the little prince and also hit the Electric Spirit. So that was huge value. Now, this is the time for the divine value of the recruits plus the goblins. This is what we needed. This is what we wanted. This is what we were here for. He's going to log, and then he still takes a little bit of damage on the left-hand side. So I wonder if he's going to be able to defend everything adequately. I mean, he's playing the #1 deck in the world that Riley used to finish at the top of the leaderboard. So makes sense. I mean, he's playing a very, very strong deck. But I think we're still able to win if we play well enough. I'm going to go in for rascals plus recruits. Want to drop our recruits a little bit further back. Maybe catch a princess if we're lucky. Did not happen. We're going to go for Dark Goblin here. Try to force out the log. And then go in for a princess again. Yep, we got the log. Beautiful. That's what we're hoping for. Now we can go for a Goblin Barrel. We're trying to get our way through with this Goblin Barrel. It needs to do damage. It's not doing enough. Dang it, dude. Maybe the princess can lock under your tower. Not happening either. All right, we got to go for probably rascals into this. Otherwise, we're going to eat damage. We can't afford that. We have to kill the princess. We're going to force out nothing else. Just like another princess. Dude, he's spawning more from where that came from. All right, I'm going to try to go in for recruits. Go for Princess of the River after he logs this Dark Goblin. There's no doubt he's going to log the Dark Goblin, right? Yep, there it is. Now we go for Goblin Barrel. Then we go in for Goblin Gang. And then we also probably don't need to log. I think we can log on offense against the Tesla. If we hit the Electric Spirit, yo, there's a chance we win with this Princess. One more shot. We didn't get it. We didn't get it. We didn't get it. We're going to Princess counter with our Dark Goblin, make the prediction. And then we can go in for our Rascals afterward. Maybe I'm just going to keep going for Goblin Barrels. We have to slime our way through. It's the only way to win. Goblin Barrel, slime, or nothing. All right, not working. We're getting rocketed. This game is really coming down to the wire. Wait, the guy just went in for a log. I don't think he can defend this. We just Goblin Barrel directly on the tower. We should win. Rocket should be coming down any second, but I barely squeak out the victory, right? Yeah! With the last Goblin, we snag the bag before he can blast through with the rocket and run away with the win. This game wasn't the epitome of finesse, but barreling ahead in damage at the start of the match was pretty pivotal. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Check out the pinned comment for more videos on any of the decks played today, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.